Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop. Hello, 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 Scott. First one here again. Hope all is well with you, and you're staying safe and healthy and all that good stuff. As you can probably tell, I actually managed to get into the barbers this week. Get rid of the Rona rug finally. So yeah, we'll just see if any more peeps is going to turn up, because I'm a little bit early, but you know, didn't eat anything, so you know, we shall see how we go. There may be loud stomach rumblings later. And we're on Relentless this week because, well, it's on offer at $3.50, and you know, Monster's more expensive. Manda Panda, hello, how are you? Oh, me, sunshine. Not lately. I've been, yeah, I'm definitely not the silver lining. I'm the dark cloud at the moment, so we shall see. Things are slowly improving there, though. Just the one panic attack this week. And the thoughts are slightly less dark than they have been. So yes, there we go. Half a dozen people here. Say hello. Don't be scared. I don't bite. Not over the internet anyway. Hey, little Lisa. Yes. Yes, it's all gone bye-bye. Bless. 8 years off. That's only because I had a shave this morning as well. The white doesn't show up too much. Yeah, as I say, it's slow but improving, mental health wise. Let's just put it that way. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the barber did say finally someone who actually needs a haircut. It looked like someone had left a dog on the floor. Oh, Andy, you haven't seen the racks behind you. What we've got in there? That is my fry grow out rack. So at the moment, there's a tub in the bottom, 10-gallon tub that's got some my larger bristle nose fry anyway, and some of the cribs in there. This one is now just criblets. That one is Shelley's. That one's cribs. That one's actually empty at the moment, so I do have a QT tank if I need one. That one is my second, or my medium baby criblets. Sorry, and criblets. That's bigger cribs and plex. And there's another batch of plex in the breeder box. So yeah, we're now down to what? Yeah, we're back down to around about 200 plecos now. Hey, warrior. Oh, God, now I've got all the blooming. This is what happens when you don't turn your computer on all week. When you go to do your live stream on a Sunday, you get every single every single notification comes through. I thought I'd actually cleared them all. Casual number. Yeah, I mean there's so I think I've got say about 200 bristle noses, probably a couple of hundred cribensis, and 20 or 30 Neolamprologus similis. Oh no, lost your pleclets. Oh dear. Yeah. if I trusted our postal service, I'd send you a couple. Yeah, those are 5 gallons. The tub in the bottom is a 10 gallon, so you can easily keep 100 bristle noses in 10 gallon. That's not a problem. You just have to clean the filters out very regularly. Blooming heck, it's Uncle Bulgaria himself. Howdy, Rich. How you doing? Long time no see. More down to me than you, to be honest. And Danny Boy is there. Oh, I was watching a video. Yeah. Some very cool birthday presents you got there, Dan. I'm not sure if the 3-wheel Trotters Independent Traders van is my kind of thing, but you know. If it works for you, it works. I like the simple. Yeah, I keep things simple. I literally just put the substrate in, some bits of wood and rock, and then stick some plants in, and job done. Yeah, I mean, say the only ornament I've got is Cookie Monster, which was, like you, it was a present, so I kind of had to. But I figured stick it in a fry tank with some plecos so I can om and om on his eyes and bits. So what has happened in Fisherman this week? Lisa, been waiting for days for a CD. Yeah, you got to leave it. Yeah, plecos do love Cookie Monster. They like chewing on him. So, unfortunately, start of this week, sad news. Some fish I bought a month or so ago. Hello, Griffin. The Apistogramma agassizii red ones. They both died on the same day. Literally, they were fine 1 minute, and then the next they were both dead. I have no idea why. No sign of illness. They were still fully coloured up. No bloat, no nothing like that. The water parameters checked out spot on. No ammonia, no nitrite. Nitrates were at like 10 parts per million. pH 7.6. And the ember tetras in there and the narite snails are perfectly fine. But yeah, it was just the fact that they both went at the same time. I'm not sure. Maybe something happened in shipping before they got to the shop, which did it, or maybe they got ammonia burn in transit. They got held up. Who knows? It weren't nothing I did. They were feeding away perfectly fine and doing what they do. So yeah, I could have done without that. That was a bit sad. So on Thursday, I took my brave pill, figuratively, and went up to Norwich on the bus, which is a 40-minute trip to where I went to each way. Rather nerve-wracking at the moment, but I made myself do it. And I may have acquired half a dozen pygmy cories and a pair of Aphyosemion australi, or red lyre-tailed killifish. So the killies are in where the apistos were, and the pygmy cories are in the 9-gallon flex with the CPDs. They seem happy enough to me. Cories are corying, and the killies are settling in well. They're eating, trundling about, doing killie type stuff. I think I might have seen some kind of breeding behaviour, as it were. They're still young. I mean, they're tiny, but they were sort of swimming alongside each other and doing things. You know, those kind of shimmies and shakes and ooh, hello. Yeah, it ends with an E, Dan. I know what you meant. And it's got a U in it as well. Yeah, making yourself do things is good. Yeah, I'll say in this case it weren't. No, so it weren't filter going out or anything. Didn't have any power cuts. Filters were running fine. And it wasn't even water change day. I mean, if it had been water change, if I'd have just water changed them, then I'd have been like, did I remember to put dechlorinator in? You know, or something like that. But now, I mean, you might notice the extra water movement behind me because I finally got my arson gear and pulled out the U4 filter completely and cleaned all the insides of it, not just the sponges and stuff. So yeah, that's running at full blast again. Howdy, Big J. And Griffin, if I haven't said hello. Yeah, that's the other side effect of the medication I'm on. My memory is shocking. It's even worse than usual. Yeah, the blue topaz shrimp I bought last weekend are doing well. Feeding away, trundling about, shrimping about everywhere. Happy Caras and Spaz. Yeah, I did find something out about Spaz actually this week. Gave me a bit of a shock. Not only that he now eats full-grown bamboo shrimp. The lights were off. It was relatively early in the morning. I mean, the sun was up. I didn't have any lights on indoors. No. It turns out that Bashirs have a tapetum layer in the eye, or a tapetum, whichever way you want to say it, which is the reflective layer in the back of the eye for cats have it, is why their eyes glow green if you shine a light on them. Well, yeah, Spaz's eyes glow red. Howdy, Aaron. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, so I sat there looking over at the tank, and there's these two little glowing red eyes looking at me, like, demon fish. Then he swam upwards, and his big white belly showed off. Excuse me. Hay fever. Yeah. So yeah, I found that out. It's probably something that everyone who keeps Bashirs already knows, but yeah, get the light right and their eyes glow red, which was it's cool. I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, given my house, yeah, seeing glowing red eyes is probably not the weirdest thing that happens around here, but yeah, it was certainly an interesting discovery. About 8 o'clock in the morning when I just woken up, going, the fuck? Yeah, so that. My Skittles tank of shrimp is rapidly getting overcrowded, which is good. So again, 20 litres, so a 5 gallon. I had a bit of a count up and kind of gave up when I got to sort of 200. Yeah, 200 cherry shrimp in a 5 gallon. Every day is a school day. Yeah, that's my theory. Yeah. You got to keep your brain active. Yeah. That's my thinking on things. If you can keep your brain active by learning new things, then it won't atrophy. So any muscle, as it were, if you keep a muscle exercised, it grows, it gets stronger. Same with that one. Yeah, I say this is a hobby where you're constantly learning things. You buy a new fish, you then learn about that fish if you didn't already know. And so I've watched several videos on the killies because that's one of those. I bought them and ended the research. Kind of bad, I know, but yeah, nothing math. I see maths is one of my stronger suits. I actually used to get in trouble in high school in maths because I didn't show all my working out. You didn't show your working out. How did you get to the answer? You know, that's yeah, exactly, Mandy. And no, I'm an aging folk, so I mean I'm demented already, but you know we'll play that by ear. My memory's been shot for years, but we all know why that is. No, not a walking human calculator, but no, especially when I work in the warehouse. My times table's got a bit weird. When you look at a pallet and you go, oh yeah, there's 3,120 on that, without thinking about it. Yeah, 5 out of 4 people struggle with it. Yes, some of the ways they teach maths these days is just really confusing to me, and it makes no sense. There's all these weird new ways of like long division and stuff. It's like, well, no, you just divide that by that. It's not that difficult. Just the way my mind works. It's not very good at emotion and dealing with that and that kind of stuff. It's not exactly fully empathic or empathetic or sympathetic. It's very cold and calculating up there. So I mean, not by choice, it just happens to be the way it is. So yeah, things like that, just theories come out. I think the silliest one I did many moons ago was I worked out a formula for setting up the suspension on a radio controlled car. Get it to handle. Oh. Yeah, we all have our own strengths and weaknesses, Lisa. There's things you're good at that I'd probably suck big time at. Ugh, excuse me, it's hay fever. I mean, reaching stuff low down, you're going to be a lot better at than I am, given my knees and back. Looking pretty as well, because I'm really not good at that. I can't do that if my life depended on it. Being able to see is another thing I'm bad at as well. Dan has to use all 3 hands to count his fingers. Hey, you're not from Norfolk. You're not fen folk. Because they can count the webbing and the extra fingers, this calculator. Glad you got toes. I've got toes. Well, I'd say toes. I've got hooves. I wouldn't call what I've got toes. can't even spell. Again, that's just, it's one of those things that just, those things just come naturally to me. And pronouncing weird names. Yeah. Except for Gaelic, because I don't think anyone can speak Gaelic who isn't like native, because those words just don't make any sense. But there's a brain in there, and if I could be bothered to use it for a job, then I might have a decent job. But my brain, it's up to me what I use it for, and I'd rather use it for things I find interesting. So there we go. Ooh, has there been anything else happening in the fishy room? Marco Floor, near fishy shrimpies. Oh yeah, I'll say, well, with the move around and the selling of the Plex last week, we now actually have one, two, well, technically three, but we're trying to keep that one empty. We now have 2 tanks with no plecos in. So if Spotty does decide he's going to get all amorous, you know, I've got places to put them now. They are electric blue Acaras, Mandy. The happy Caras, as I call them. There's a trio in there. No bubbers yet, but someone's been eating them. Oh, the guppy's gone missing as well, so Spaz is probably eating him as well. Where are you, Spazzy boy? Your phones are awaiting you. Let's grab the camera and have a closer look at the happy Caras, shall we? Right. That way. Try and get it straight. So we have 2 of them. And the third one, Donkey. Yeah, they are gorgeous fish. Super happy and friendly too. There's Bertie's belly. And I think Dave was out and about somewhere as well. Hello, Dave. No, Dave's gone back into hiding again. So how I've still got 2 Ember Tetras and a Harlequin Raspberry. Oh, there's Dave. Look, there she is. So how the heck there are still 2 Ember Tetras and a Harlequin in there? And a bit algified, but Shelly Dwellies. I suck at being a cameraman. So there's some Shellies. I mean, Sean is probably about to turn up. Oh, so 10-gallon tub. Where are we? It helps if I want to look where I'm pointing the camera as in. I want to look at that tank. If I look at that tank, then the camera goes at weird angles. More Shelly Dwellies. More Cribblies. More Cribblies and Plecklies. And a Cookie Monster. And then somewhere down there is the cherry shrimp. And oh, how far can we get? Can we? So we got the. Let's get the floor out of the shot, shall we? You don't need to see the bed. So we've got the Fluval Fish Farm, which is the one that we're breeding bristlenoses and cribs in. Just around the corner there. Right up there is where the killies are. Next to that is the Doofer Little Flex. Yeah, I could gimbal or whatever, but At some point, I'll do another fish room update and show all the tanks. Thread fin acaras, yeah, they're very pretty. I have Oofa Doofa, exactly. I still say the bronze acaras are real pretty as well, but apparently they're more along the lines of general cichlid behaviour, so more aggressive. And I don't do aggressive fish. Unlike with Spaz, yeah, he eats other fish and shrimps and anything else that he feels like, but he's not aggressive, if you know what I mean. He just sees food and eats it. You know, whether that be a pellet or a guppy or bamboo shrimp or African wood shrimp. You know, he's never shown any sign of aggression. The only time he ever bit someone was when the dual cichlids were trying to eat him. They were having a nip at him, so he turned around and nipped back. There's a Priscilla. Hello, my darling. Just came back from Cali lurking. I'll clean that bit before going on an intro of X. Cool. Hope you had a good time in Cali. I mean, California, not. No, we're not going to make that perverted. As usual. Fist bumps to X-Man. Little dude. Exactly. Yeah, Lisa. He's not aggressive. He's just feeding. It's just what he does. Although he did make quite a mess of that dual cichlid that he had to go at. So, yeah. I mean, Shawnee Sean. Hello there. But yeah, the tank boss, you wouldn't believe it, is Bertie the Bristlenose. All right, she's in charge. And heaven help if anyone tries to eat her algae wafer. Oh boy. That's not going to end well. It's going to end up with someone getting head-butted hard. Sure. What the frick should say that? Yeah, I was wondering where little Margaret was. I wanted to say thank you again to her for her help on Thursday. Basically, on the bus on the way home, I started having a panic attack. So I kind of got my phone out, noticed that Margaret was online, and was like, help. So she talked fish with me until I got home, which calmed me down a bit. Yes. Jonathan, I do like that. Probably not as annoying as when people call me Jonathan, because I'm not a Jonathan. You've not talked to her. I haven't spoken to her today either, so had to check up with her later. She might just be busy. People have lives sometimes. There are better things to do with your Sunday evening, I guess. There are better things to do than sit and listen to me waffle on for a couple of hours. Yeah, very pretty. Yeah, but we had the Elvis shark It's where you do the oh Elvis, but you do it to the Jaws tune. Yeah, that might just be me. Yeah. Hey, at least I'm trying to remain positive this week. It's tricky, but we're getting there. I've found my freedom. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hound dog. But there you go. Ugh. Hey, when Scott from King Queen, or Two Queen Cichlids as I call them, if he's in, I call him Sergeant Pepper. Don't worry about it. There's he's a big old Beatles fan. That's because he's old as well, you know. No, I have not got a good singing voice. Definitely not. I'm okay for like a line or a couple of lines, and then it just goes wrong. If there's any kind of chord change or anything, I'm screwed. I know what it should sound like. For some reason, my vocal cords won't do what I want them to. Do I play any instruments? Well, apart from the blue vein piccolo, let me think. Drums, guitar, bass, keyboard, violin, technically cello, recorder, harmonica. Speak of the devil, Marek, lovely Marek. Thank you again for Thursday, my dear. A lifesaver. Yeah, no, it's work, COVID, general build-up of stuff. Mainly yes, because I mean, as most people probably know, I suffer with depression anyway. Have done pretty much all my life, but it's one of those where things, every little bits, just keep adding up, and then snap. And that's what happened. But this time, I am actually seeking help. Now, I actually been to the doctor. Well, I say been to the doctors, phoned the doctors, not actually seen an actual doctor. In touch with the NHS wellbeing thing, that kind of stuff. Oh, great! Corey's going to cut over me. Doesn't he know when the good YouTube streamers are on? I know, trying to steal my audience. But hey, at least you can still chat in here without being a channel member. Yeah, it's life just got onto me basically. But yeah, if I jump up and down, I'll rattle. Look, I did find out this week I can't take ibuprofen with what I'm on. I found that out accidentally because I took ibuprofen for a headache, and then I started feeling really weird, sort of extremely drunk, stoned, high kind of feeling. I was like, this isn't right. So I pulled the paperwork out of the ibuprofen packet, and it specifically says on there, do not take with, and the name of the antidepressants I'm on. I was like, oh, bugger. So, yeah, NHS rocks. And I think about the only instrument I've got at the moment is... dig it out, brush the cobwebs off. Just a little bongly box. So far out of tune, it's unreal. The strings are rusted to buggery, so even if I try to play it, all you'd witness is some out of tune guitar, followed by a string snapping and slapping me across the face. Oh, I love you too, Priscilla. I'm in a better place than I was, marginally. And I haven't cried this week. Yeah, well, I got that one because I sold my old guitar to buy the house. Yes, I sold a guitar, which paid for the deposit and the solicitor's fees for the house. Bob, thank you very much for showing up, sir. And thank you for the kind words. Hope you enjoyed your trip to the fishy shops. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. I've been asleep since then. Yes. It's amazing if you get someone who's dead to sign your guitar, it suddenly makes it worth a lot more money. Well, and it was an original Fender Strat. Probably doesn't mean much to most people. 60, 65, something like that. Yeah, I got it signed by Kurt Cobain. So yeah, that kind of put the value of it up somewhat. Yeah, I have lost some weight accidentally, Mandy. Not just from the weight of hair. Yeah, I've lost 10 pounds the last couple of weeks. But again, depression, anxiety, irritable bowel flare up, and then struggling for appetite. I can look at food and I'm like, nah. It's like, nah. Anyone who knows me will know this is amazing, right? There's half a packet of Fox's Crunch Creams over there, biscuits to the Americans, or cookies, depends on which way you want to look at it. And they've been there for over a week. Now, having half a packet of them is rare enough. Normally, the only time I'd have half a packet of biscuits is because I'd only just eaten the first half of the packet and I was about to eat the second half. But yeah, so I've lost about 10 pounds in the last week or two. 2 weeks, yeah. So another 4 pound, I lost a stone. Probably only a pound of that was hair as well. Oh, Dan sending stickers about anyway. Oh, Tennessee Fish Mafia. Cool. Oh, let me just quickly grab. Yes. Ta-da! I still have my Daniel Keeping Fish stickers. Oh yeah, I know, Priscilla. And when I went on a diet to lose weight, I was about the same weight as I was before I lost this bit. Are you going for BLT? Yeah, I just go with the B. Yeah, I mean, my diet was relatively easy. It was just willpower. I restrict myself to 1,000 calories a day, low fat, low carb. And so I was working full time at the time, and I was also going on long walks, speed walks. But yeah, I lost 4.5 stone in 4.5 months, which is what, 14, 28, 50, I think. You know, I lost 63 pounds in 4 months. Yeah, stickers are cool. And what's really been helping me, this little guy here, he's been very helpful the last couple of weeks with me. He's been giving me lots of snuggles and head rubs. When you feel him hop up onto the bed, and you hear him snoring. Not less about losing weight, more being in shape. Yeah, exactly. You can be fit and curvy. You don't have to be skinny. I mean, there are skinny, unfit people. Yeah, I'd be a bit out of breath on a 2-hour hike, but I get out of breath walking upstairs. A few years, drank loads of alcohol, never ate lost. You're not a whale. You're little Lisa. See, I can't do the alcohol thing, although I was very close. It is, and I say, despite the fact he's a ghost, he still knows what to do. He still knows when he's needed and what he needs to do. So yeah, he knows the problem is in my head, so he's been snuggling up to my head. But in the past, if I had bellyache, he'd snuggle up to my belly. If my knee's playing up, he'd snuggle up to my knee. He just knows. It's weird. I'm not making any whale jokes, Lisa. There are some going through my head right now, but I'm not going to make them. Because I mean, I'm part orangutan, part Wookiee, so it is. The brain is a very complex thing, and we don't understand it fully yet. That's one of the things with things like depression and anxiety, is trying to explain it to someone who's not had it. They just, a lot of the time, they just can't get it, that it's your brain is attacking itself. 1 stone is 14 pound, Bob. You can't lose too much. No, you got to stay cuddly and cute and lovely, as you always are, Priscilla. You can't have 2 skinny people together because that just doesn't work. And it's all just bones knocking together, and that's never good. Ladies need a bit of squidge. I'm just getting old, so I'm squidgy. Oh, pardon me. I mean, definitely part orangutan. I mean, the reach on that. It's ludicrous. And I can... Oh, well done, Bob. Old man quarterly checkup, £13. Well done. Was that trying to, or just happened? Jess, something on the wrong profile. Soxy lady, yeah. Big wingspan. Yeah, broad shoulders, long arms. Unfortunately, I haven't got deep pockets, so I keep emptying them. But you know, sticking to your diabetic diet a bit closer. Good. Do you good long term. Need a wee in changing my e-cig battery. Oh dear. Why is it only my stream that people quite happily announce that they go into the toilet? Yeah, well done, Bob. Keep up the good work. Pretty soon Dharma's going to be bigger than you are. Jess has got multiple profiles, I think. There's the one she uses when she wants to be a bit more stealthy like, and then the one that she sometimes forgets and signs in doing something on the profile. Yeah. And I have a second profile as well. It is purely for trolling people. And no, I won't tell you what it is, and you'll never guess. Take one less sugar in your tea, refusing to buy chocolate. I've got chocolate. Perfect beach body. Nah. Yeah, but the thing is, how much time do you spend on the beach, and how much time do you spend snuggling up in bed or on the sofa? Yeah, I'd say my troll account just gets used when people really need trolling hard. Now, when certain people need certain things pointed out to them, and I don't want to necessarily alienate a bunch of people, then that's what the troll account's for. Where's a handsome fellow? I rent one here. Oh, you mean Dan and Bob and Scott? Yeah. Hello, Pam. How are you, my dear? How's your new little woofer doing? Sending fusses and treats and belly rubs and cuddles. Hey, you got to love a fluffy hound. Oh dear, Priscilla. Oh dear, you got all the kinder over there. Yes. Good luck. Oh yes. To those unaware, just try some Kinder chocolate. You'll Buenos are bad though. It's just nom 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 before you know it, you've eaten 6 of them. All the happy hippos. Undertaker, thank you very much. It's amazing what a mop chop will do. There's actually ears underneath all that and a head shape. No longer look like Charles Manson. $10,000 kisses. Oh, bless. Hello, Tia and Aqua. How the devil are you? Ugh. Problem is, these days, every time I get my hair cut, I realise just how much more of it's fallen out. Oh dear. And Maple Street, hello. Oh dear. Everyone's showing up. I was expecting everyone to disappear off. I thought, oh no, we've got a little bit longer before Corey goes live. I think Star will be able to stand up for herself. She's got a good little nip on her, I reckon. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I heard, I don't know how correct it is, but I heard that now all Corey streams will be members only, as it were, so only members can type comments in the chat, which, yeah, I can kind of understand it for a channel the size of Corey's, but he might alienate quite a lot of people. It's not something I can do because I haven't even got membership unlocked yet. Good wee. Home alone with doggo and a few beers. Good-o. Yes, have a beer for me, Lisa, and some doggo fusses. Oh, thank you very much, Priscilla. Yeah, it's free to have a natter here. Oh, don't worry about it, Lisa. Mine's been going grey for donkey's years. I've got a white patch in the back from the first time I knocked myself out. Used to be a member, so oh, bless. Yeah, I'll say it's. Oh, Undertaker's got a new aquarium. Oh, tell us all about it. Very cool. It's always good to get a new one. All about the money now. Yeah, that's a lot. $6.99 a month. Is that about a fiver? I mean, if I had memberships open, I'd set it at the minimum. You know, £1 or $1 or whatever. Chin and tummy rub for you. See if you can find me on Facebook, John Sharpe. Picture kind of looks a bit like this, but with shades and a bit of a mohawk going on. Yeah, I say it remains to be seen what happens and how long he'll do it for. If he notices the numbers are dropping, he might change things again. But we shall see. So yeah, I've not watched any of Corey's streams for so long, just simply because chat just zooms by so fast that you can't even have a chat with each other in there because it's going up and down so quick. Yeah, I'm not saying bad things about him. It's his channel, his livelihood. He can do how he sees fit, but yeah, it just doesn't sit right with me. That's all. Chalupa, how the devil art thou? Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm like, no fun. He doesn't say hi back. Yeah, so I tend to watch smaller streams because it's more personal. You can get to know each other a bit better. You know, if you got tens of thousands or even just hundreds of people, that chat, even on slow mo, that chat goes by so fast. I mean, I've done, say, the International Scale Modeler live show where I was in charge of reading the chat, which is why I'm fairly good at it, because I had lots of practice. So, you know, we'd get like a couple of hundred people on there. And yeah, okay, so let's say 50% at most are actually putting stuff in the chat. Still 100 people you're trying to keep on track of what's being asked, what's being said. When it came to the giveaways, it was fun because that would scroll by real fast. Small suits me. Bless you. Yeah, I'll say is, there are some channels that I would class as a big channel that I still do watch and take part in. Like Mark Shrimp Tanks. Jason at prime time, Bentley Pascal. You know, there's several that I do watch and enjoy, but then it might just be me. I just even like you put a comment on someone's video and they take the time to just like or heart it. It means something. It's like they've read it, they liked it, or they comment back. It means something. It's a connection. And hey, Rico, how you doing? Yeah, there is that as well with this. It's yeah, we can talk about whatever the heck we feel like. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, Bob. It's one of those. I monetized when I got the chance, purely because to me that means I'm not trying to take money off of people. You know, the adverts are there, watch them or don't. You know, or like here, if someone wanted to super chat, no pressure, you don't have to, or put your wallet away. Then they can, but I don't want to. I'm not going to pressure people into give me money. You know, there's more to life than money. As long as I've got enough to pay the bills and buy the occasional shiny thing, and energy drinks and cigarettes. Oh, neighbour give to you some Raspberry trilineata. Cool. Yeah, Bob got to go to potty. Ad revenue donates the ups. Yeah, I say all. As you all know, the money I make from my channel goes back into the hobby. So technically back into the channel. So, you know, I mean, basically, this rack and all the tanks are one because Mary bought me that one for my birthday. All this was paid for by you guys and anyone else who watches my videos. You know, that's just, to me, that's just nuts. Oh, thank you very much, Priscilla. You didn't have to do that. John. How are you doing, Anthony? You lucky bastard, you. Yeah, you be good to Priscilla, or I'm going to come over there and beat you. Yeah, right. What am I going to do? Sit on you? Yeah. So, what money I make, which isn't, I'm not making hundreds of pounds a month or anything. No, the sale of the plecos makes more money than YouTube does. Hence why I still work sometimes. But yeah, that's my thinking on it. You know, if I unlock the membership of the site, I might turn it on for the absolute minimum amount. You got more eggy weggies, Marriott. Yay! Did you get the female that you were after for your horny little boy? Yeah, I think the other problems when we get into the States, Anthony, are I don't have a passport. And for some reason, I don't fancy being sealed into a tin can full of other people's farts and fired through the sky for 5 hours. Heck, if I'm getting panic attacks on a bus, I don't need to be on an aeroplane. I'd have to take a slow boat across. Now, hopefully one day I can make it across to the States and oh, starting troubles. Oh, what are we on about, Lisa? Warwickshire. I'm in Norfolk. It's a big, roundy, sticky, outy bit on the right-hand side. What were we trying to breed? Was this the minnows? It was the minnows, weren't it? Yeah, possibly. Could just be they're not in the mood, or yeah, I'll say I can't explain why some fish breed and some don't. Yeah, I've got a feeling that one of the female cribs in there has got a lot of eggs as well. So, will it not be nice? Four guys on a road trip, I heard all about burps. Well, you'd be safe from the sexual acts at the moment with me. Yes, the other downside of the tablets I'm on. No sex drive. But yeah. I mean, if people started farting and burping in the car, then I would join in, that had to be said. Or farting at the moment might be a bad idea. Well, there we go. And Corey is live. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to let loose and you have to let your inner child out every so often. I'm sorry, but if you get to the point where you can't laugh at a well-timed burp or fart, then nah. You're the kind of person who someone farts and you look at them, oh, that's disgusting. Then nah. Got to be willing to pull a finger. Mr. Slee is here. How are we, Daniel, sir? Yeah. Marit's not going to watch. Yeah, I'm doing better, as everyone can probably tell already. Best thing, lock the car windows. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Oh, mustard is worse. Yeah, are we talking proper mustard, Priscilla, or are we talking American mustard, which isn't mustard? If it doesn't clear your sinuses out with a thin sliver, then it's not mustard. I remember many moons ago, we sent a care package to one of our friends in America, modelers kind of thing. And we put a jar of Coleman's mustard, proper full English mustard, in there. And he was like, "Oh, cool." And then he put some on a hot dog, but he put the amount on the hot dog that he would have put on of American hot dog mustard. Facials, cream pies, and tossing salad are perfectly acceptable terms for YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Coleman's. Well, it's made just up the road from me. Literally, what, about 17 miles away, the Coleman's factory. Yeah. Yeah, if you put that on a hot dog like you put American burger mustard on a hot dog, yeah. And you're not used to it, you're going to lose the top of your head. It's kind of explosive. That was funny to watch. Oh, yeah. Proper horseradish. Yes. Yep, I can eat horseradish by the spoonful. That's another one that's good when you got a cold. That'll definitely clear your nose and sinuses out. Yeah, if you, this is the thing is everyone thinks that English food is really bland and tasteless. They just haven't tried it. That's what it is. They sort of went straight to the gutter. Oh, it's fairly easy it's fairly close. Dan don't like horseradish. Well, they pass off horseradish as wasabi. Yeah, they do. They just put a bit of green food colouring in it. Key to anything in America is not to go to the main. So yeah, don't go to the big shops. Don't go for the big brands. Yeah. So it's kind of the opposite over here in that the big brands are the good stuff usually. The big brand names are the good ones. Well, most of the time. Oh yeah, Lisa's a little bit tipsy. Bless. At least you've not got too far to fall though. But yeah, mustard that makes your eyeballs sweat. Yeah, since Nestle owns everything. Yeah, true. Was Nestle bought out by Kraft? Yeah. You see, you can tell I'm from a posher part of the country because I pronounce it Nestle, not Nestles. Same with nougat, not nugget. Yeah, it's again speaking the same language, just slightly different accent. I have ditched a little in my. Nah, it's cute. I don't think Big Lisa would work too well. Well, that would be ironic. Hey, big, little, tall, short, don't matter. It's what's in there that matters. That's what makes you the person you are. Although, you know, pretty face and a nice figure don't hurt. But, yeah. Huge whale monkey. Oh, bless. Lisa Thumb? No, that's got really perverse connotations, hasn't it? of indiscernible stature. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You see, this is where you know someone's used to reading a chat, is when they see a spelling mistake and automatically fix it without thinking about it. Probably because we've made the same spelling mistake ourselves before and we know exactly what it's meant. Yeah. Nope. Don't have to water your mint. Good, good. So it did start to rain here earlier, but not much. We do need it. The pond's getting a bit low, but right. Polish, Reading reading. Yeah, right. Those ones, the third kind, are normally the most fun. Eight. That's why you're not so little. You see, if you're 8 or something, that's the. Says the guy who buys a packet of something and eats the whole packet normally within about 10 minutes. Says share size. Well, yeah, I'm sharing it with myself. Both my personalities. As The Poet and the Pendulum by Nightwish goes, forgive me, I have but two faces, one for the world and one for God save me. Actually, 8 donuts. Yeah, I mean, I could normally scoff 8 donuts, no problem, but not at the moment. Tins are for keeping, packets are for finishing. Exactly. And as long as the person reading it knows it, it's all good. Yeah. So I'm still amazed by how good certain non-native speakers English actually is. It's quite a lot of native English speakers to shame. But then I'm also used to reading non-native English people writing in English, so I kind of figure it out. Person receiving, yeah. Although it's always better to give than receive, apparently. Never received, as far as I know or can remember. Yeah, I did once think about writing a book, but then gave up on it. Because I figured no one would want to read what I was writing. The idea was to write a horror story that would scare me. Wet fingers and floaters, yeah. Speaking of which, I had a problem with floaters earlier. Had to get the loo brush, poke it round a U-bend. Yeah, I was trying to write a horror story that would scare me. Which then occurred to me that it would probably terrify anyone else that tried to read it. So I thought better of it. Yeah. On heck, I could just write a story of my life and that would probably scare most people. On heck, just a history of injuries would probably do the trick. Wish I could pick up on the English accent. Sounds good. Yeah. Priscilla, you've got a seriously cool accent yourself. Don't worry about it. That's what I'd read it. That proves the point. Exactly. I mean, I'll sit there and I'll watch, you know, horror, the most horrific horror movies, read the most horrific horror stories, all that, and nothing. Don't scare me. You know, you get the occasional jump scare, which you, no, that's it. That's if I'm conscious enough for it to actually register that it was a jump scare. Normally, by the time the information gets to my brain from my eyes that I should jump, my brain has already figured out that it wasn't worth jumping. Lisa gets wet fingers twice a week. I generally get wet to the elbow 3 or 4 days a week. So I was like, tomorrow I'll water change that rack. So that's, well, 7, but that one's got nothing in it, so I won't bother water changing the empty one. So I'll do 6 water changes tomorrow. Then Tuesday I'll do another 4, and Wednesday or Thursday I'll do the other 3. People like me to get scared if anyone walks in when you're in the kitchen. I mean, technically, I'd probably jump if someone walked into my kitchen, but that's just because I live on my own. And because the shadow person tends to stay upstairs. Although a shadow person has come downstairs a couple of days, the last couple of weeks, I'm sure just checking on me. They were quite loud last night, stomping around in the bedroom. I still sleep downstairs at the moment, just because my back does better with the mattress being on a solid floor rather than on a sprung bed. Combination of weight and age and injuries. So yeah, they hear the shadow person wandering around upstairs fairly regularly. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. Again, appreciated, but never required or requested, unless I get really broke. But if that happened, I'd start selling off some of the random stuff I've got around here. You know, fishing rods, radio control cars, DVDs, magic cards, fish. Yeah. Where are you at, Spazzy boy? You ain't come out yet, have you? Hey? Where are you? Where are you hiding? You don't even see your tail anywhere. Oh, Spazzy boy, where art thou? No, you just hiding. Yeah, no idea where he is. His house is. I'll put it towards the shiny fund, Bob. Thank you very much. His house new build. Not, technically, yes, it's from the 80s. Nobody has died in this house. The shadow person, I'm pretty sure, followed me back from a graveyard or a cemetery in Norwich. I was just, I say this was while I was unemployed. I was going up to sign on, And I was just walking through the cemetery, and I felt something. So that was, I felt the presence, as it were. So I sort of said under my breath, you know, hello, how are you? I know you're here. I don't mean you any harm. Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, followed me home. So I now have a shadow person that lives upstairs, basically. Again, no, it's nothing scary. The only reason I only visit the graves of friends and family I like. Yeah, good idea, Bob. The thing is, that is an ancient cemetery. We're talking, what, 600-700 years old, and is also pretty much the site of a massacre, or it's where the bodies from a massacre are buried. Basically, where the little church and the cemetery is, right next to it, there's a new shopping precinct, a mall. And while they were digging out the foundations for that, they found a well. And at the bottom of said well were a bunch of skeletons, which, after much forensic sort of sciencey type stuff, and then looking into history and archives and that, they figured out that it was, yes, it wasn't just the Germans. Back in the day, the Brits went after the Jews as well. Basically, they had the money, the rest of the people didn't. The rest of the people got upset and killed the Jews. So, yeah, likelihood it is I've got a 14th, 15th century, something like that, Jewish ghost, and a cat. Yeah, that's being nice to Blackpool, not the prettiest place on earth. It's a bit like Beirut, I think. Yeah, I say, I think a lot of those kind of holiday type destinations by the sea, they're good places to go for a holiday for a few days or a week or something, but you wouldn't want to live there. It's She got the Lancashire accent, which is, yeah, interesting at the best of times. It's like, is it Lancs? Yeah, it is Lancashire, isn't it? That is Lancashire, not Lancashire. Yeah. Then you get Hertfordshire, which is also pronounced Hertfordshire, not Shire. Yeah, English. It's what happens when you bastardise 3 or 4 languages over the course of a couple of thousand years. Yeah, pies and chips. Yeah, that is something Northerners do quite well. Pie and chips. Oh yay! You got a mantis shrimp. Oh sweet, done well. Taking up residence in a large shell. Gloucestershire, not Gloucestershire. Nice enough on the front, so when you get to the back street, it's a bit ghetto. Yeah. Driving through the town, around the corner. Oh, there's the sea. I think Ayrshire. 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 You see, I've always heard it as Ayrshire, but yeah, it's the Irish Sea, which is quite where that divides from the Atlantic Ocean. Is it like when you get to the top of Ireland, then that's Atlantic, and below that is Irish Sea? Yeah. Lots of bodies usually wash. Yeah, and they're probably mostly Irish. Oh, bless. So it's pretty similar around here if you go to the coast, because Norfolk being so flat. You know, it's not like some places you go where you can be a few miles away and you can actually still see the sea because you're on higher ground. Norfolk, half the time, you're below sea level. So, yeah, it's not until you actually get to the seafront you see the sea. And then around here, it's the North Sea, so it's generally freezing cold and brown with indeterminate floaters. Although it's a lot cleaner than it used to be fair. Probably not as many as the Thames. I've watched some magnet fishing videos on YouTube. Basically, get a big strong magnet, tie it at the end of a bit of rope and chuck it in the river, drag it out and see what comes with it. Most of the time it's, as you'd expect, bikes, prams, shopping trolleys, motorbikes. Every so often they're pulling out guns, knives, grenades, live artillery rounds, bombs. Yeah, some very strange things come out of the rivers in this country, especially around London and Birmingham areas. Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't want to. Yeah, there's plenty of people do it in the US as well, Chalupa. So just need a big neodymium magnet and a long bit of rope, and you throw it in and pull it out and see what comes out with it. No. Chances are you're not going to find anything worth keeping, but it's kind of enjoyable, and you're cleaning crud out of the rivers, so can't be bad. Yeah, it's when they sort of start finding a whole motorbike and they're trying to pull that out. Yeah, a lot of metal detectorists on the beach, yes. So always looking for the loose change that falls out of people's pockets and the odd sort of ring or bit of jewellery that falls off. Most of the time it's ring pulls off cans or beer bottle tops that you find, but again, getting those off the beach means someone's not going to step on it and hurt their foot. Adventure with purpose. No, I've not heard of it, Marriott. And some of the other videos I do watch are the gold panning ones. They're actually quite interesting. Dan Hurd and Clash Guitars are the two I watch. Yeah, it's just interesting, and it's normally in a very pretty location as well. So I'll generally watch most subjects if the host is interesting. They're engaging. I try. I probably fail at dismally, but you know, at least I try. Something with a little bit of you learn stuff. It's got a bit of humour in. That's kind of what I like. And then I have the channels that I used to fall asleep to. Which are the ones that tend to have the hour-plus long videos, because it can take me a long while to fall asleep. It's a mixture, just a mishmash of everything. That sounds like one of my live streams. There he is. He's come out. Oh dear, you're looking a bit skinny, Dave. Let's find the Spazzy boy. Oh, where is he? There he is. Right in the reflection. Let's see if we can get. There's a little Spaz. And there's a very skinny looking Placo in Dave. She's getting rather old now, bless her, I think. I clean the waterways and help finding people who are like, that's good. I went out to what was that? Adventure with Purpose. I have to remember that, and I'll have a watch. And Atomic Shrimp. Cool. So a lot of the stuff I watch is really random and weird. So I have actually had a bit of a cull on the subscriptions because there are a bunch on there that I just don't watch anymore, or they've like not uploaded in like 4 years or something. So it's one of those ones I think about sometimes, like, should I diversify more and talk about different things and Nuke's top 5? If you like that, then Matthew, is it the Matthews family? TMFL. Basically, he reacts to videos, so he like reacts to the Nuke's top 5 stuff, and he does make me chuckle. But yeah, Slapped Ham as well is a good one for that. But again, I watch those kind of things and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Doesn't freak me out in the slightest because I've seen so much weird stuff. It takes time to explain. Yeah, as I say, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, I could do like paranormal type stuff, but it wouldn't be me exploring haunted houses or anything. It'd just be me talking about things. You know, I could do all sorts of weird, wonderful stuff on the channel, but you know, I've got my little niche and it works quite well. I don't think I'd want to become a huge channel. You know, while it would be nice to make enough money from YouTube to not have to go to work, yeah, it'd lose that personal connection that I like. You know, if I suddenly, well, it's not broke, but I guarantee there's a lot more people watching Corey right now. But hey, we're having a chat together, which is the difference. I kind of see this sort of like we're all sat around a table in a pub or something like that. We're just having a natter between each other. You know, you had the wee, now you got to let the dog have a wee. Yeah. I've got the back door open, so you can probably hear the birds. On cue, doves start up. Is that a pigeon? No, that's a pigeon. I have actually noticed I've got baby blackbirds in the garden now. They've nested in the shed. Yeah, wood pigeon. Yeah. There's quite a few of them around here. Because this little dude isn't there anymore to keep the numbers down. Yeah, he's the only cat I've ever seen actually catch a wood pigeon in flight. But yeah, so we got I say semi-tame baby blackbird running around, or a couple of them. Some baby blue tits as well. I say babies, fledglings. Not quite got their full colours through yet, and they got the little stubby tails. But yeah, very pretty to see. Have I ever had a guest up or been a guest on another channel? I've not had one because I've not got around to figuring out StreamYard yet, Bob, or even downloading it. I've been a guest on a few now. I've done maybe a month ago. I was guest on Black Rifle Model Works. So I've been on the ISM live show many a time, probably a couple of hundred times. Styrene Syndicate, I was on there getting interviewed again about modelling. I was on Dennis, is that Pro Shrimp? Can't remember Dennis's channel name. Yeah, I've been on a few. I got an invite from Big Tank Hank to do his, but we've got to work out timing. Yeah, Zachy Boy would regularly leave me part pigeons. Just he'd basically catch them, kill them, rip the chest cavity open, eat the breast meat, and eat the heart. And that was about it. So you just find it's just chest just spread open on the floor in the shed. So I mean, let's hope that there's never any crimes here, because the wooden floor of my shed looks like a murder scene. But I assure you, it is mostly pigeon blood. There's a bit of mine on there as well, but you know, wouldn't it be my house if there wasn't blood somewhere in it? Yeah, yeah. So I used to leave the pigeons. He used to line up the mouse heads on the patio outside, all stood up on their stumps, so they're looking up at you. Try living on the third floor and the cat's catching birds in flight. Yeah, that must be a bit scary. Just kind of, at that point, you're just praying that the cat doesn't jump off the balcony. Because if I remember rightly, third floor is one of the most dangerous for cats. Once you start getting up to the sixth and the seventh floors, then they have enough time to sort of spread themselves out and kind of parachute down, and minimal, no injuries. But like second, third, fourth floor, they don't have enough time to spread out and parachute, and they hit the ground a lot harder. I think that was on an episode of QI. Yeah. So I've never actually lived in an apartment or a flat. It's always been houses or bungalows that I've lived in. And I think the only house I ever spent any real time in that was more than 2 stories was my grand's. And that was a big old house. But then it was a big family, so 13-year-old cat did it 3 years ago. And that must have scared the poop out of you, Marek. Yeah, well, I suppose at least they don't bring rats in or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Getting woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's a cat sit there meowing at you with a rat in its mouth that's squeaking away. Ugh. Could do without that. I have been kind of tempted to get myself a cat, but can't get the doggo in. Doggo wants to stay outside. I went home and scared the shit. I can imagine it would. I mean, it was ground floor, but I literally sat there, see the pigeon come past, and then see this white blur just pretty much just horizontally just grab it out of the sky. And the pigeon was dead before it hit the ground, I think. But yeah, I mean, I say, he looks like butter wouldn't melt. Big floofy, soppy. No, he had the murder instinct, and he barks in another cat would be cool. Yeah, I'll say it's one of those where another cat would be great. But now if I'm out at work all day, it's not really fair to leave them locked indoors. And then the opposite side is not fair to lock them out while I'm at work all day, that kind of thing. And plus, how do I clean mask pen tips? Same stuff as humble mask, standard blue. Fingernails is generally what I'd use. It's just dry latex, so yeah, I'd use I'd just use my fingernails and pick it out. Then I do normally have longer fingernails than most men do. They're actually really short at the moment. I'm not sure if lacquer thinner dissolves it. It might do. It dissolves most things. And I need to get the compressor set up again, do that tomorrow. Yeah, actually that reminds me, I've got to turn my compressor off because it scared the crap out of me the other day. Whatever time it was, middle of the night. And it decided to turn on. Oh God, it's tricky. Hello, sir. How the devil are you? Are your Pleco's doing well, I hope? After I have my finger at the same length. Are we talking about the mask pen or width, girth? Oh, the rescue kit. There's that. That would be cool, but yeah, the mask pen. Good. So you don't want to know how many Plecos I've sold now, Rich. I worked out some like, if you add in the extras I chuck in, over 240 so far this year that I've sold. I've still got another couple hundred of them, so yay. Yeah, so if you can't pick it out with your fingers or something like that, Aaron, then maybe try, let's say, lacquer thinner. Might melt the tip as well. Is all I've ever used for applying liquid mask is cocktail sticks. I try to use it as little as possible. So generally it always be like landing lights on planes and things like that I use it for, just because I can't be bothered to try and cut out a tiny circle of masking tape. This is easy to blob a bit on and let it dry. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'd do. But yeah, old rescue kitty. But then, let's say I got the issue, if I did get another cat, would it upset Zach? Because, to be fair, I'd still rather have my ghost kitty about. I don't want to. I saw people said, no, why don't you get rid of the shadow person? You like sage your house and all this. And I'm like, I'm not risking it if it means I'm going to lose Zach. He's my little fur buddy. Good, I forgot to clean it last time. It blocked up. I pressed hard and got it all in the rubbish. Ah, bugger. Yeah, got it all jammed up in there. You're probably going to have to pull it apart, unfortunately, if you can. And then it'll probably all go off almost instantly. Pardon me. It's like super glue when you block it up, so you take the top off and you unclag it all and you put it back together and it all goes. Radio, low and leave, bake the frying time. Thank you very much, Lisa. Yep, you take care too, my dear. Mwah. Have a good week and stay safe. Remember to fuss that doggo for me. So I won't be here too much longer. Oh, happy Cara's being silly. Is it just me, or is that tank looking really bright behind me? It's probably because it's getting dark and I haven't got the kitchen light on. Yeah, so those kids. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Probably not many people here are overly interested in firearms. There's a video on Kentucky ballistics that I watched the other day, where he's sick. I mean, we're not talking like, yeah, guns are cool. His 50 caliber rifle exploded. And he's basically going through what happened, the reasons, and yeah, he was very close to dying, let's put it that way. So yes, if you are a gun type person, yeah, exactly, Pam. So I'm not gonna sage or anything. I don't want my little buddy to disappear. My little buddy's he's welcome anytime, day or night. Got it free. Got a latex mold. Yeah. Yeah, I want my little buddy to stay. He's welcome to stay as long as he likes, because he's no trouble at all. Even if he does unplug the air filters, he does like chewing airline. Bless him. Yeah. So basically, yes, he was very Kentucky police. I can't remember the guy's name. Annoying, but yeah, he was very close to being killed by his gun exploding. Yeah, so less of an issue with smaller caliber weapons, but yes, don't buy old surplus ammo if you don't know how well it's been kept, because that's what happened. Is the powder degraded and the gun was rated, I think the gun was rated for £55,000 per square inch pressure, but to do the damage it did do, it would have taken over £85,000 of pressure. Yeah, basically it blew the back of the gun off into him. The end cap fractured his eye orbital, or his eye socket, fractured that in 3 places, and he was wearing shooting glasses. The explosion obviously broke some fingers and lacerated his hand, and then another bit that got broken off came flying back. One went through his cap and out the other side, just missed his head, and the other one went into his neck, opened his throat up and nicked his jugular vein. So he was minutes away from dying. But yeah, he explains exactly how it happened, the course of action that was taken. You know, it's actually a very interesting video to watch, just to understand what happens and all these things. And a bunch of other gun channels have done reactions to what has happened. Forgotten Weapons, that was an interesting one. Obviously, Ian McCullum, Forgotten Weapons, being Gun Jesus. If you see him, you'll understand why he's got that nickname. But yes, so, you know, we're talking about someone who knows what they're doing, they're safe, do everything the right way, and accidents still happen. But yes, so I watched that. That was interesting. Ooh, what else did I watch? I watched so much. That I can't remember most of it. I mean, it's all in there. I just can't necessarily access it when I want to. What else? Let me think. Has anyone got any questions? The last quarter of an hour? I say, yeah, Marriott, it does happen. That's one reason I stay clear of firearms and explosives these days. I don't want to shoot myself again or blow myself up again. So, you know, there we go. Because it hurts. Just one. Go on in, Aaron. Hit me. And if it's what is the meaning of life, it's 42. Anything that goes boom. Yeah. I mean, this is me though, Marriott. So things that shouldn't go boom do go boom. I've had one of these explode in my pocket as well. Oh, should I apply the decals first and then paint the silver on, or try and spray it? It's the bonnet and front bumper. Yeah, I'd get all your paint, all your shiny paints, as it were, done before you put the decals on. Then put the decals on, then clear coat it, shine it up, buff it, and what have you, and then do your rubbers. So don't laugh. So like window trims and things like that, do those last. You can either mask and spray them if you want, or smear a block and one has a squiggle on a block. Yeah, I mean, so I try and get all the paint work done before, all the major paint work done before I put any decals on. It's just because, you know, if you're going to have to mask it, and you don't want to be masking over decals. Even if you use 2K, you can still pull them up. This Paul's had that happen a couple of times. He's got as far as 2K in it, got the mask for window rubbers or something, and pulled the tape off and pulled the decals up. which I've like exploded in my back pocket. It did, Dan. I forgot it was in there and I sat down hard. Yeah. And it was between butt bone and brick wall. Boom! What was that? Yeah. Fun day. Thankfully, no real injuries from that one. I'm a bit brown in my trousers, but that was it. I blew out the back pocket of my jeans. Yeah. The other one with a lighter was leaving a Zippo lighter. Struggling to mask up tiny parts. So. Yeah. Yes. Getting small bits of masking tape to actually stick and stay where you stuck it isn't necessarily fun. Try 172 Heinkel 111. Try masking that glass up. That's fun. There's some like 117 individual panes of glass on that thing. But yeah, the Zippo left it lit. Forget why. Well, yeah, we were smoking Rocky at the time, so light it lit. Put the weed in, or put the Rocky in the flame, so it melts a bit, and then you crumble it in, and yeah. Well, I left the Zippo lit, and things got too hot, and it goes, boom. The inside of the lighter launches up into the sky, and there's a big fireball comes out from the base. Yeah. Don't leave Zippos lit for too long, as they do explode, and you end up trying to put out a flaming Zippo. What else have I made? Electrics. Yeah, I've had electrical explosions all over the place. That's normally just me and my waves. Is that live? Boom. Yes. Ouch. Well, it's like you don't trust a decorator whose clothes are clean. You don't trust a mechanic with clean fingernails. You don't trust an electrician without a couple of singe marks. It's just the way of the world. Or a carpenter without any cuts on their hands. Yeah, they're not trying hard enough. Or a modeler without paint all over their fingers. A fish keeper without a soggy towel lying around all the time. Where is my soggy towel? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, craft blade scar. Yeah, craft knife scars. Well, I mean, I haven't actually got any that are visible because the rest of me is just covered in scars anyway, so they don't show up. Fish keeper with money. Yeah, there's not many of them around. It's like, ooh, money. What fishies can I buy? Yes. See, I think I've found the trick to that is to say, right, I'm not going to have any more tanks. I can't fit any more. And, oh, they're all full, so I can't really buy any more fish. That works quite well, actually. Well, you know what's going to happen. At some point, I'm going to sell a whole bunch of cribs and stuff and have a bunch of empty tanks up here, and then I'll be like, what am I going to put in there? I mean, I've got another 10-gallon tub and a 6-gallon tub. I've got all the stuff to run, just nothing in them. but not having those running and that other tank, yeah, it's probably saved me a few quid. Right, I managed to save 60 quid on my phone and internet bill this last couple of weeks. So, result. Hopefully that all works. Finally, after God knows how many years, BC and EE have got together and they've gone, you know what, you've been with us for a really long time. We're going to offer you a good deal. Okay, I'm switching over to business, but you know, yeah, fish people money. This is it. I mean, I've got the 9-gallon flex. It's got 4 CPDs and 6 pygmy cories in it. Now, obviously, I'll let them all settle and get set. Got boost. See you later, Dan. Have a good one. High and fist bumps to the human fry from a famous YouTube influencer. Quite what I'd influence anyone in, I have no idea, but you know. Thank you very much. I'll say we are at the 8 o'clock mark, so I assume Corey is still live if anyone want to go over there. Aquarium Co-op, Aquarium Coop. Quid. A quid is a pound, Bob. £1 is a quid or a squid. Yes. I'm not entirely sure where that comes from. Quid. Yeah, I might have to look up the etymology of a quid, see where it does come from. There's probably something Latin in there from quid pro quo or something like that. But yeah, so we're over the 2-hour mark. It is my time to eat something before I collapse. So thank you everyone for turning up, watching and taking part. Thank you again to Bob and Priscilla for the super chats. Again, always appreciated, never expected or required. My voice is starting to go as well. Yeah, like a buck. And yes, thank you everybody. Have a good week. Stay safe. Mask up. Hang on. Oh, dig deep. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a good week. Stay safe. Don't forget your masks. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop.